Fiido M1 Pro has been one of the most popular fat tire e-bikes on the market for years now. I first reviewed the original M1 Pro back in 2022 and then again in September of 2024 when Fiido released an upgraded version. It's clear that this model has been a big success for the company, and instead of reinventing the wheel, they've kept on building on that winning formula. But this time around, they've added some exciting new features. We're talking about a brand new retro-inspired multicolor design, a torque sensor for smoother pedaling, a fresh paint job, and a handful of other upgrades that bring the M1 Pro in 2025 in style. So let's dive in and see if this iconic fat tire e-bike is the right fit for you. The bike arrives in a Fiido branded box, and as always, it comes safely packed with no signs of transportation damage. Everything inside is neatly organized, and Fiido packs all the accessories in a dedicated box, which helps protect the smaller components during shipping. Inside the box, you'll find a few parts that need to be assembled, along with a charger and the cable, a set of tools, a pair of keys, and an instruction manual. The assembly process is quick and easy. It took me just about 15 minutes to get everything set up. And if you need help, Fiido has a simple step-by-step tutorial to guide you through it. If you're thinking about picking up this bike for yourself, be sure to check out the links and show notes in the video description down below for the latest prices and more information. The new Fiido M1 Pro gets a fresh new look with a beautiful glossy paint finish which replaces the matte coating from the previous models. It's bold, it's eye-catching, and it gives off strong retro vibes, especially with the new flashy multicolor scheme. One standout detail is the flashy light blue handlebar, which not only looks cool but is now a riser bar design. That changes your riding posture just enough to make it more comfortable and natural on longer rides. Another striking visual upgrade is the gold front suspension fork. But it's not just about the looks. This is an upgraded fork with 80mm of travel, offering better performance. Around the back, there is an upgraded rear shock with a bright red spring, which not only pops visually but also improves comfort on uneven terrain. The overall build quality feels solid. The frame is still foldable, just like before, making it easier to store or transport. You've got the same 20 by 4-inch fat tires, but this time with a dual-color sidewall design that fits the retro aesthetic perfectly. The tread is a dual sport or all-terrain type, which means you can comfortably ride on pavement or take it off-road without any worries. Both front and rear fenders are made of plastic, and while they're not metal, they are sturdy enough to get the job done. The bike rolls on one-piece alloy wheels, an upgrade first introduced in the 2024 model, so no more worrying about loose spokes, especially if you're coming from an older version. Powering the M1 Pro is a 250-watt rear hub motor with a top speed of 25 km out of the box. But once you unlock the speed limit in the Fiido app, you can boost that up to around 45 km per hour, and it really feels that you're getting more power too. In fact, it feels closer to a 500 watts setup thanks in large part to the newly added torque sensor. The sensor detects how much effort you're putting into pedaling and delivers power accordingly, which not only improves the ride but makes it more energy efficient as well. The M1 Pro has a pretty standard size removable battery that locks in place with a key. The saddle height is adjustable, and while the handlebar height is fixed, you can still adjust the angle to better suit your riding posture. The pedals are plastic, and while they are not metal, they actually feel quite solid and well made, so no complaints here. Other key features include the robust kickstand, a 7-speed Shimano gear system, good quality hydraulic brakes, and a thumb throttle. The front light is bright enough for night riding, but unfortunately there is no integrated rear light, just a simple reflector. It's a bit of a letdown, especially since other Fiido models include built-in rear lighting. As for the grips, they are basic and they don't have anti-twist locks. Not a huge deal, but considering many e-bikes, even within Fiido's own lineup, offer more premium grips, so it's something worth pointing out. The color display is nicely backlit and it lets you toggle between ride modes: 0, Eco, Normal, and Sport. You can also switch from the default 3 power assist levels to 5 in the Fiido app, which adds Turbo and Turbo Plus modes. Press the M button to cycle through your trip distance and time, speed, and odometer. Double press the up arrow to turn the lights on or off. Double press the down arrow button to switch between kilometers and miles. And if you press and hold the down arrow button, that enables or disables cruise control. The bike also comes with a loud electric horn. Here is a quick audio test. Riding the new M1 Pro feels great across all sorts of terrain. Just like the previous generation, it feels stable and easy to handle, even at the higher speeds on the road. One of the biggest upgrades this time around is the addition of a torque sensor. It's a huge step up from the old cadence sensor. The torque sensor measures how much power you're putting into the pedals and delivers motor assistance in a much smoother and more natural way. It makes the bike feel more responsive, and it also helps improve the battery efficiency, so it's a win on both performance and range. As for the tires, while the all-terrain tread isn't as aggressive as what you would find on a dedicated off-road tires, I had no issues riding through forest paths, gravel roads, and other light off-road trails. They handle mixed surfaces with confidence. One big advantage of these all-terrain tires is how smooth they are on asphalt. They generate less rolling noise, provide a more comfortable ride on pavement, and they are more efficient in terms of range than true off-road tires. The motor is rated at 250 watts, but once you unlock the full potential through the app, it feels more like 500 watts, and honestly, thanks to Fiido's tuning of the controller, the power output feels comparable to some 750 watt setups. That's especially noticeable when you're riding off-road or tackling hills. It gives you just the right amount of kick without feeling overwhelming. Whether you're climbing, cruising trails, or gliding over rough terrain, the motor delivers plenty of torque and consistent power. The top speed is up to 45 km per hour once unlocked, and even when riding at full throttle, the bike stays stable and well balanced. And when heading downhill, you can easily push it even faster. Compared to the older model, I found the rear suspension to be softer and more effective. It's not something Fiido officially advertises, but the improvement is definitely noticeable. The front suspension has also been upgraded. It feels smoother and now allows you to adjust the compression level. Overall, the suspension setup is very impressive for the bike in this price range. The hydraulic brakes are sharp and reliable. They stop the bike quickly and efficiently, giving you confidence in any riding condition. All in all, the riding experience on the new M1 Pro is excellent. It's fun, powerful, and comfortable, whether you're commuting, exploring trails, or just cruising around town. The bike can be connected to the Fiido app via Bluetooth. You can turn on or off the bike, turn on or off the lights, record your trip, change the vehicle name, bind frame number, use a smart unlock feature if you have the Fairway watch, or turn on or off the throttle. You can also use the Bike Guard feature, but keep in mind that in this mode, the M1 Pro can be only turned on using the Fiido's app and cannot be switched on from the display. The app also allows you to switch between kilometers and miles, choose between 3 or 5 power assist levels, adjust cruise control, speed unlock, and other features. Fiido is one of the few companies that actually provide real-world range testing results, and what's even more impressive is that their numbers closely match my own test results. Big respect to Fiido for being this transparent. This table gives you a clear idea of what kind of range you can expect based on your riding style. Of course, your mileage may vary, but in my case, I was able to get about 50 kilometers on a single charge. That's with a fairly mixed riding style, and I did use the throttle quite a lot. Fiido's claimed range of 87.15 kilometers in eco mode with pedal assist, that figure is actually quite realistic, especially if you're riding conservatively and not relying heavily on the throttle. So, is the new 2025 Fiido M1 Pro worth it? Absolutely. Fiido didn't try to reinvent this model, and that's a good thing. Instead, they took an already successful formula and made it better. The glossy new paint job and retro color scheme give you a fresh, eye-catching look. The upgraded suspension, torque sensor, and riser handlebar all come together to create a more refined and enjoyable ride. The new torque sensor alone is a game changer. It makes the ride feel smoother, more responsive, and helps stretch your battery life. And speaking of range, Fiido's estimates are refreshingly realistic, which gives you a much clearer idea of what to expect out on the road. You still get the folding frame, the fat all-terrain tires, solid performance, and all the practical features you would want in a daily rider or weekend trail cruiser. Sure, there are a couple of minor trade-offs, like the lack of an integrated rear light or the basic handlebar grips, but for the price, this bike delivers a lot. If you're looking for a powerful, versatile, and stylish fat tire e-bike with a great mix of comfort, performance, and real-world practicality, the Fiido M1 Pro 2025 model is definitely worth a look. Thanks for watching, and if you found this review helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos like this.